was studied in collaboration with Japan. So now even Korea and Japan are also interested in conducting research on halal science. In one university in Hiroshima, we started a study on HPP, high pressure processing. So one day we visited a company that produced HPP machine, because in the world only Japan, Germany and US produce the machine. The good things about the HPP, high pressure processing, is that within few seconds you can produce a nanoparticles. So your material can be produced in nano size. So one day we visited the company in Hiroshima, and then we were upset that they use the machine to produce the animal placenta for cosmetic purposes. Because most of cosmetic labels in the world, very famous one, they do not reveal to export level. But when we see that most of the company request the placenta from the company in Hiroshima. The reason is that because the size is already in nano, and then they use it for moisturizer, for lotions, etc., for skin application. And then it is very effective, can be absorbed easily, and it is very much used in cosmetic industry. Just be careful. Yeah? And the large is also very widely used. Gelatin and collagen in cosmetics are very, very highly used. And also in pharmaceutical, 90% of the pharmaceutical capsule are consisting of collagen, 60%. And then emulsifier, mostly emulsifier are still from non-halal, yeah, especially gelatin, because as I mentioned earlier, gelatin is super ingredient. It's not only functioning as emulsifier, it can be used as a thickener also, flavor enhancer, for some extent it can be used. So this is ingredient function, a cosmetic. I think I need to skip this. And another study that we conducted is a rapid detection of porcine gelatin in dental materials. And we found that, unfortunately, even for market in Malaysia, we found some non-halal materials in dental materials. We are in collaboration. We conducted this with collaboration from our colleagues from dental faculty. So this is a pharmaceutical ingredient, ethanol. This is the appealing concern to us. Ethanol, ethyl alcohol, lactose monohydrate, microcrystalline cellulose, magnesium, silicon dioxide, and again, gelatin. This is one of the results that we conducted a study. The challenge to conduct the study is how to extract DNA from the dental materials. It's not that easy. I'm glad you mentioned it's published. The rapid method for detection of ethanol content in mouthwash. Most of our mouthwash contain very high amount of ethanol. Sometimes it's up to 33% ethanol. Even though we are not consumer, we use it for our mouthwash. And then another study that we conducted is a portable electronic nose. This is a prototype. It's a big, the size is, this one, this original one is the size as big as a power bank. But now we reduce and reduce. Within 2 years, the size is now like a pen. So we can detect, if you are not sure about the soft drinks, we just open it and then you put your electronic nose. Within few minutes, and we can get data digitally, yeah, up as low as 0.05%. So this is really already. This is a nose architecture. Of course, I'm not doing this alone. We are in collaboration with our colleague scientists from engineering department. Yeah. And then detection ethanol also using portable and nose, and then we got the data up to 33%. This is for mouthwash marketed in Malaysia. Okay. Now, past and current research on gelatin. Since gelatin is one of the critical ingredients in food, cosmetic, and pharmaceuticals, we conducted a lot of research on this, more than 15 research related to gelatin. The recent one is gelatin from local animal in Indonesia. For pharmaceutical capsule, alhamdulillah, one company in Indonesia now producing halal capsule from local animal, where they never done this before. Yeah. I supervised one PhD student in the University of Indonesia, and she just completed last year. And then we conducted a study on the fish gelatin, alternative gelatin from fish. We screened about 30 types of fish species, and some are good, some are not. The challenge for fish gelatin is that, number one, the fishy odor. It's not easy to remove the fishy odor. Second one is that gelatin from fish got a lower gel strength compared to mammalian gelatin. Okay, but for some gelatin, some fish, the gel strength is quite high, more than 200 kilogram force, and most of the mammalian gelatin is between 220 to 300 kilogram force. And according to the report, if the gel strength of the gelatin is above 200, it can be used for industry. And then we conducted encapsulation of bioactive peptide using gelatin nanoparticle. We produce a plant-based gelatin replacer just to replace certain functional properties of gelatin. For example, from seaweed and from certain tubers that comparable to konjaku in Japan. In Japan, they use it from plant. Develop a portable device for rapid authentication, determination of gelatin in dental materials, and camel gelatin project. This is what Professor Hassan has mentioned earlier, and the seaweed project. Now, a little bit on our institution. We launched our halal research laboratory some time ago, and it is ISO compliant. This is the instrument that we have for halal detection and product development of halal alternative. This is our focus from food, pharmaceutical, medicine, Muslim-friendly hospitality services, because most of non-Muslim request us to provide them the service. Japan, because they are going to host the Olympic in 2020, and Korea, they just recently hosted a Winter Olympic, and we help them a lot in providing the halal standard for the hotel and other hospitality services. That's why we can see now in Japan there are few airports they got musalla surau, prayers room. They have few restaurants in the airport, and hotel they are looking for halal tourism, because study said that by implementing the Sharia compliant or Islamic compliance standard to the hotel, and the market increased about 7 to 8%. So they're really keen to do that. And the Sharia-based administration and the Islamic tourism is mentioned. Our international halal research and training at IUM, we produce graduate already. We have now more than 100 student postgraduate, and we are going to introduce undergraduate program, Bachelor of Halal Industry Management, to provide manpower for the industry. This is what we can do in Malaysia. We got a lot of collaboration, including offering our program in Singapore, yeah, and some other countries. Yeah, this is where we are located. We have a collaboration with China. There are 2 places in China where we are offering diploma and bachelor degree. We have one in Korea, with Chonbuk University. We are offering postgraduate program in halal management. Yeah, we are also going to open our branch in some other country, including Spain. They are interested in doing halal tourism, especially historical places related to Muslim in the past, Cordoba. This is just a picture where we can MOU signing ceremony in 6 countries, and we are also welcoming for collaboration with Saudi Arabia counterpart, inshallah. This is a training and consultancy. What we have done, we have more than 30 training modules available at any time to our client to do. And mostly non-Muslim are taking the trainings. Korea, China, Japan, Russia, and some other non-Muslim countries. Just an example, what we have done, we went to many places in the globe. Algeria, Japan, Korea, Turkey. Some example of our activities. We are very, very active institution that offers our service to the community, including for our Muslim community in Cambodia, Muslim minority in Cambodia, in Myanmar, even in Malaysia, there's some Muslim isolated living still in the jungle. So we train them what halal means. So we call this halal mission in Korea 2016. In Korea, we come to Korea almost every month. This is how the interest in halal. Alhamdulillah, some of them convert into Islam after knowing the halal. Some of them. Out of 100 students, about 15 are from Korea now. In our university, taking halal, a master's in halal science or halal industry management. This is just an example. We also visited and also active in the media, television, etc. to do this. And then giving our consultation to service to food provider, canteen, food truck, etc. And in Malaysia or outside Malaysia. So this some of our partners. So in our university, we receive visitors 2 to 3 times a week, and mostly are non-halal, non-Muslim countries. One of the examples, for example, this one is from Russia, and the company, very big company, they have IT engineer. What they do is just to open a new engine search. They call Salam browsers, like Chrome or Google. But they focus on halal only. It's very, very, very good. And then they want us in-house or personnel of our in-house to be there as a consultant to ensure that the people trust the website. Also on TV, from time to time we have a TV program on halal to introduce halal to the community. Because even though for Muslims, sometimes they do not know what the trend nowadays. They do not know that in food industry, more than 300 food ingredients available to be used. So this is what we do this week. We conduct a workshop on halal gelatin from time to time, including one in this university. And then we Malaysia going to produce a halal gelatin next year. It is in Berlin. This is a pilot plant of our gelatin, and not only gelatin, now the trend is that from collagen to gelatin we can cut the derivative of the collagen and gelatin, or the protein. That's what we want, because the request by industry now is not only the gelatin or collagen, even the product in the middle is also interest of them. This is an example of high HPP that I mentioned just now. Another issue nowadays is that, and also we developed in our laboratory, is a halal purification practice. If we know that some places or logistic apparatus are contaminated, so what are we going to do with them? So we have to do purifications. So in Islam we call sama, or Islamic purification, and whether we are ready with that or not. Recently, interestingly, we got requests from Japan, Nippon Logistics. This is the biggest company from Japan. They want to make sure that all their logistic supply chains must be halal. It's from Japan and not from Muslim countries. And so we have to come up with a qualification standard and practices. This is what we do. Yeah, we do a halal assurance system. Overall, from A to Z must be halal. And then how to prepare. If it is in container, how to wash 7 times. And one time of that must be with clay. So we have to come up with a machine. So we have to do research on that. This is what we have done. Yeah, 7 times wash. And then we conducted through study, including we identify the microbial counts, we identify the contamination, and then we have to come up with the rapid method to detect. In Malaysia now we are going to establish 2 halal ports. One is in East Malaysia, one in the West Malaysia. And then the salt. When we go to the hotel, whether the plants, if we are concerned about halal, is really halal or not, or there's some contamination before. So if you want to go to do purification, you need to find a clay, but it's not easy to find a clay. You are staying in level 17 or 20. So you have to come up with the soap. So we already produce the soap in Malaysia, with Otara, and available in the supermarket. Okay. And then this one is also, this is like a vending machine, where before you enter the factory, you have to clean. You have to purify your hands, etc. This is a dishwasher. We plan to do this, so that some multinational companies, they already done this by a different machine, where we provide this machine also. This is for logistic, still a logistic. We call, and our system is halal certified by Jakim. Okay, so this is what we do. And then, in order to ease our job, what should we do? We have to spray, very easy. And then it's already, again, it's already certified halal by Jakim, so that the sprayer can be used for the purification purposes. And then it is related to the apps we can do and can check whether it's really acceptable or not. I think that's what I have today. Thank you very much again, King Saud University, to give me the opportunity to share with all of you today. Inshallah, if there is a question and answer session available. And then with that, I end my presentation today. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, Professor Irwandi. I'm sure he's glad to receive some of the questions you might have. So just raise your hand and mention your name and introduce it to Professor Irwandi. Okay, Doctor.
I know there is some effort in America for halal certification. Have you tried to contact this group that is very active as IFT? Every year I think they hold. Yeah, so there is a big group, and you know the market in America is wide open for this kind of.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Yes, we did. We have a collaboration with, for our certification body. We have a partner in America where we have a mutual recognition. And in terms of research, yes, we have 1 or 2 researchers. They're also interested in doing halal science. We do not have this IFT yet, but we can introduce, inshallah, we can do that.
I have a question. We did make a research about food water footprint. Fish water footprint for food in Saudi Arabia. We found that the main section of this footprint is red meat. if we develop halal industry in red meat, the average consumption for each individual will be increased and his water footprint will be increased. Actually, we are looking to decrease the food water footprint. How you can advise us to do it? To convert from red meat to seafood, for example?
Yeah, this is something new, Prof. Footprint, and then I believe that it can be a source of alternative halal, alternative for that. Recently, we have one project with this New Zealand on that, on footprint, but the source is not from fish. What I can say is very prospective, and then we can do and elaborate the research. I say it is a future of food, especially for countries that do not produce a lot of meat as a source. Yeah, what I can do is just, in terms of halal, we have to be careful on this. A lot of probably the potential of if we look at, we have to do it carefully, and then a lot of challenge there for footprint and in terms of halalness. So our advice is that the halal issue should be in place from very beginning, that process, so that we can produce something truly halal in order to solve the problem of the meat supply.
Thank you. Irwandi. Actually, I'm thinking about the institute established.
Yeah.
We're accepting Muslims and non-Muslims as well. And actually, I'm thinking about how to establish some kind of collaboration between your institute and my college here at College of Education. So, do you think this is promising for us to have some kind of...
Yeah, definitely, Prof. Yeah, we are welcoming any collaboration, especially Saudi, and then I think that Saudi should lead this halal business, because this is the Mecca of anything. People, Muslim community, Muslim society look to Saudi, what Saudi has done. And we are more than happy to collaborate. And then this is the purpose of the objective of my talk, actually, that to encourage Muslim scientists to do more. We are not saying that non-Muslim cannot do, but we should lead the business. We should enjoy the 3.1 trillion US. We should get the majority of them. At the moment, most of Muslim countries are consumers. As I mentioned, in Indonesia, we import a lot of food products. Malaysia also food ingredients. Even though we are ranked #1, Malaysia ranked #1 by Dinar Index, but that was in terms of image only. The revenue is still questionable. Now, countries like Korea, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Brazil, Thailand, even they're very fast in region. So I hope that not only just a collaboration, we can do something big. Not only in the laboratory, we have to come up with a policy, we have to come up with the production, and many other things. Inshallah, it's no problem.
Thank you, Dr. Jaswir. Very interesting presentation. My question regarding the bird study. What is the latest update? When we visit your lab, we discussed this issue, and maybe a study that can be done to just find out whether that will die or not. So is it Sharia or is it science? This is what is the update on this issue?
Very stunning.
For the bird study.
Very stunning.
Europe, isn't it?
Yeah. Until now, it's still allowed in Malaysia. According to fatwa in Malaysia, stunning is allowed. Even though some, most of Muslim countries say not. But Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore allowed it. But I project that in future they go more on non-stunning one. But for at the moment, since it is allowable in Malaysia, we conducted the study. And then in the practice, we have to be really, really careful. And then we need 2-3 steps of checking whether the animal is died before it is slaughtered, and then through the currents, electrical current, etc. So the study is still relevant, and then we still, from time to time, we update the study, the new project, etc. But I believe, this is, I don't know, my feeling that in the future, people will go into non-stunning meat. Whether it is Sharia or science, I think it's a combination of Sharia and science. The science is based on the Sharia, because Sharia says so and so, and then we conduct a study for us to fulfill the Sharia compliance. Whether in Saudi is relevant or not, I think it depends on the policy in the Saudi, whether they allow the stunning or not. In Malaysia, there's of course some restrictions. Not all can be done with stunning. And the small animals, the chicken, because we consume a lot of chicken. I don't know the consumption in Saudi, but in Malaysia, one factory, I visited one slaughterhouse in Malaysia, owned by the Kentucky Fried Chicken of Malaysia. They slaughter about 300,000 chicken a day. And then it's not easy for them to slaughter animal without stunning. And then what they do is that they're really, really particular about the process. They place a 2-3 checker before animal is slaughtered. They want to make sure that the animal, the bird, is still alive. It's not an easy job, but until now the fatwa is still alive.
It is permissible. The study is permissible at certain quality. So they can just come down the animal. Okay, because as you said, there are so many quality around, and you have to keep them under control. Just conscious, but not reaching the death. So this is the practice. So the problems and the chairman process.
For the comment and for the
thank you.
My point, there are some milk industry use this type of bacteria which may produce alcohol. And some product may contain some alcohol.
Okay.
Did you focus on this?
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, then we receive this latest update. There's some milk, for example, milk, tea with
buttermilk.
We see. This is something that what I would say is the reason why Muslim scientists need to conduct halal science. Yeah, but to me, bacteria producing alcohol, we have to look at the process and mechanism. It could be halal, could be non-halal. At the point of time, I cannot say anything because we do not study yet.
This is fermentation. You have to have alcohol out. Fermentation. To change milk to buttermilk, you have to go through fermentation. You have to have lactic acid bacteria.
For fermented milk is okay. We have so many yogurt, etc. It's true fermentation, but there's a trend now. The tea containing this is I just read in one of journal article produced in Japan. They claim it's no alcohol, but actually there is alcohol there. The problem is that whether added alcohol, the issue is whether the alcohol is purposely added or is through the natural fermentation. So this the issue. So natural fermentation should be no problem. It's like other fermented milk and yogurt or any other fermentation.
what is more concerned in the dairy industry is the source of enzyme, the renin enzyme.
Yeah.
What is the source of the renin enzyme? Whether if it's Islamic, is it permissible or not? So it's mostly, there's some doubts that it's from pig.
Yeah, renin, even the microbial renin now, so the trend, then we have to see whether the microbe is grown using some media containing non-halal. So there's an issue there. Of course, through biotechnology, everything is made possible nowadays. But we still need to see whether the media used for the growing the microbials during the isolation, etc., containing non-halal, etc. Renin is still a big issue. Even though now there is a renin for other mammalian other than pig, for a cow, for example, from the cow is the slaughtering issue. But some other mammalian, this big issue is still there because slaughtering process is not monitored carefully, especially if the products coming from non-halal countries.
Okay, last question. Okay, Dr. Bakir from Agri-Dairy Department. So he's an engineer. So.
My question also is related to engineering.
Yes.
Is there any concern regarding using packaging material for food and pharmaceutical?
Yes, there is. Packaging normally is not as simple as it is. We just place the food into the container. No. Even the plastic polyfilm, the laminating material, etc., they use some oils. They use some oil or some other chemical that we have to verify first whether it's halal or not. If it is, if they use oil, most of the cheap oil are non-halal. Is that we have to identify. This is some. Even for canning process, they put also a layer of oil so that the food is not directly intact with the canning material.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for the time, and I would call on Professor Nasser and Professor Ali to come to the floor to Professor Irwandi a memorial during his visit to our college. It's right.
हाँ वो सीरीज दे रहे हैं कोई से रामी को पहले पहुँच फिर निकलेंगे 2 मिनट वेट कर लेंगे वो इसको साइड पे करिए क्या
Next year.
वो में चाबी पड़ी थी कहाँ गई मैंने अंदर और वो जो नेटवर्क है वो बता किस चीज़ का नेटवर्क है दूसरे साइड के जो वो लोग कर लेंगे आईडी ट्रैवल को मैं देखा निकाल लेना